Picture this. You're walking alone on a dimly lit street in Japan, the cool night air sending shivers down your spine. Suddenly, you hear footsteps behind you. You turn around, and there she is, a woman wearing a surgical mask. She approaches you and asks, "Am I beautiful? What would you say?" Be careful, because your answer could mean life or death. This is the chilling tale of Kuchisakuna, the slit-mouthed woman, one of Japan's most terrifying urban legends. But she's not alone. Today, we're diving into the dark world of Japanese ghost stories, exploring 3 bone-chilling entities that have haunted the imaginations of millions. But don't let her appearance fool you. If you encounter her on a lonely night, she'll ask you that fateful question. Am I beautiful? If you do, you better start running, because Tick-Tick moves fast, and she's out for blood. She fell onto the railroad tracks and was cut in half by an oncoming train. Now, her upper body crawls at incredible speeds using only her hands and elbows, making that distinctive teek-teek sound as she moves. Let's start with Kuchisake. At first glance, she seems like an ordinary woman, her face partially hidden behind a surgical mask. A common sight in Japan, it is a story that makes you think twice about walking alone at night or peering too closely into dark windows. Let me introduce you to the Okiku doll, a seemingly innocent plaything with a dark secret. When she finds you, she'll chase you down with superhuman speed, wielding a sharp sickle. Her goal? To cut you in half, just like she was. Here's where it gets tricky. If you say no, she'll kill you with a pair of scissors she'll always carries. Some say that if you can make it to the nearest railroad crossing, you might be safe. But who would want to test that theory? The growing hair is seen as proof of her continued presence in our world. Is it truly the spirit of a little girl, unable to part with her favorite toy? Or is there a more mundane explanation that we've yet to discover? Kuchisakona, the slit-mouthed woman who tests your honesty with deadly consequences, they tap into our deepest fears of the dark, of loneliness, of the unknown that lurks just beyond our perception. Kuchisakana reminds us of the dangers of vanity and the consequences of cruelty. Tick-Tick warns us to be aware of our surroundings and the potential dangers that hide in plain sight. And the Okiku doll. It speaks to our fear of death, but also to our hope that love can transcend even the grave. So stay alert, trust your instincts, and whatever you do, don't answer if someone asks you, "Am I beautiful?" But just in case, maybe leave a light on tonight. After all, you never know what might be lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next victim. And who knows, that victim could be you. Tick-Tick, the vengeful spirit who races through the night, seeking to share her gruesome fate. After all, Japan is a land steeped in ancient traditions and beliefs, where the veil between our world and the spirit world is said to be thin, and the Okiku doll, a silent witness to the enduring power of love and the mysteries of death. Or a faint tick-tick in the distance, or see a doll with unusually long hair. What will you do? Will you turn and look? Or will you run? Heart pounding, remembering the tales you've heard today? Say no, and she'll cut you in half. It's a physical manifestation of the grief and love of a family who couldn't let go. And perhaps of a child who couldn't move on. Tragically, Okiku fell ill and died shortly after. Her family, grief-stricken, kept the doll and named it after their beloved daughter. When he discovered her infidelity, he slashed her mouth open, asking, "Who will think you're beautiful now?" Visitors from all over the world come to see this mysterious doll, its hair now reaching well below its knees. Monks at the temple regularly trim the hair, but it continues to grow. Her spirit, consumed by rage and sorrow, now roams the streets, seeking validation or vengeance.
Yes?
You heard that right. The hair on this inanimate object was getting longer. Say yes, and she'll give you the same horrifying smile she wears. But there's a way out. Legend has it that if you respond with "you re-average" or "you re-so-so," you might confuse her long enough to make your escape. But if you say yes, thinking you're safe, you're in for a horrifying surprise. The story goes that she was once a beautiful woman married to a samurai. She removed her mask, revealing a mouth grotesquely slit from ear to ear, and asked, "How about now?" At this point, You might think you're doomed either way, but why does Kuchisakana exist? Now, let's move on to our second ghostly entity. Can you hear that sound? A faint teek-teek in the distance? Teek-teek is said to be the spirit of a schoolgirl who met a gruesome fate. This vengeful spirit roams at night, hiding in cars and peering through windows, waiting for her next victim. If you ever encounter Teek-teek, your only hope is to outrun her. Remember, she's unnaturally fast. The legend of Teek-teek serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. The family began to notice something strange about the doll's hair. It was growing. Now, for our final tale, we turn to a legend that not just a story, something you can see with your own eyes. The story of the Okiku doll begins in 1918 when a 2-year-old girl named Okiku received it as a gift from her older brother. But here's where things get eerie. Some believe that Okiku's spirit, so attached to her favorite toy, took residence in the doll after her death. Since 1938, the Okiku doll has resided in Maningi Temple in Iwamizawa City. Scientists have examined the doll, trying to explain the phenomenon, but no conclusive explanation has been found. The Okiku doll serves as a reminder that sometimes the line between the living and the dead isn't as clear as we might think. So, there you have it, 3 chilling tales from the land of the rising sun. These urban legends have captivated and terrified generations of Japanese people. And now they're spreading across the world. But why do these stories persist? Perhaps it's because they serve as modern-day cautionary tales. Or maybe, just maybe, these stories persist because there's a grain of truth to them. So the next time you find yourself walking alone on a dark street in Japan and you hear footsteps behind you, remember, in the world of Japanese urban legends, your next encounter could be your last. Sweet dreams, and may the spirits be kind to you.